What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys one of the best offenses to run in Madden 24. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So I am in the Ravens offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Ravens offensive playbook. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I truly would appreciate if you drop a like on it though. But most importantly, if you like how this video goes, consider checking out my ebooks on my website, allthingsmadden.com, because my ebooks are going to be just like this, except for they're way more in detail, and also there's screenshots of the setups, and it's also written in the description as far as the setup, what to read, what to look for. So if you're interested at all, just go check it out on my website, allthingsmadden.com. Link in the description. All right, so I pray you guys had a great Thanksgiving. So first and foremost, I want to talk about as far as why I like this offense. So this offense is fun because you actually have the ability to run the ball. You really want to incorporate the run. Please don't come out here and try to dot somebody's face off. You need to utilize these runs, and we're going to take a look at it right now. So what we're going to do first is substitution. So with these two, you just want your best two receivers. You'll hear me say maybe my fastest here or my best route runner there. So just kind of use that as it is. But what you also want to do is you want to make sure you have your best two running backs here. So what I'm about to do is take out this tight end. I'm going to go ahead and put in Spears. So we have, you know, Derrick Henry here, Spears here. So that's all we need there. Now, just kind of looking at this formation, there's a lot of great run plays in here that some of them I'm going to touch on, but some of them I'm not, okay? But every single one of these run plays are really great, all right? So I really love all of them, to be real, but what I want to do is show you a couple of my favorites. So I want to show you first how this stretch alert looks. Well, actually, they already have it here in the audibles, so we're going to go ahead and continue to. This Ravens read option is really fun to run. I love that one, and also I do love this, where is it at? Love the triple option, and lastly, I love this power option right here. So what I'm actually going to do is first part of the video is going to talk about the run plays and how, you know, my favorite ones, what they look like, why I like them, etc. So when I want to come out in the zone alert, X smoke, I believe is the one I want to come out in. Let me make sure. Let me double check. Okay, so now keep in mind, you can run the jet touch passes or the jet fake, you know, all that. I'm just going to show you some of my favorites. So we're going to zone alert. All right. So first and foremost, your opponent's most likely going to either be in 3-3, they're going to be in over, or they're going to be in dime normal, or they're going to be in dollar. So this is why I chose this playbook. Now this is Kansas City Chiefs defensive playbook, in case you were curious. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to, we're just going to stay in dollar, because most of the time when you're coming out, no, actually, you know what? We'll say 3-3 just to be more safe. And we're going to go cover 3. Okay. Now, when you run this offense, it's really important that you have your two receivers to the wide side of the field. And that way, it's going to open up a lot of things for the passing game and also in the run game. So this is going to be real quick talking about the run. And again, when you run this, you just literally just going to come here and, I mean, it's a run play, okay? But it works very, very well, especially. So like I said, you could do a lot with this. I'm going to show you with the stretch alert. I really love this stretch alert. You just want to make sure that your blocking is, you know, that they come out in a good set. So really, really don't be afraid to mix in the runs. You need to run, then pass, then run, then pass. You really want to mix up the runs. Now, what makes this formation great too is that you actually can audible into other formations. So if I wanted to, I could have another tight end here and I could audible into different ones, but we'll probably talk about that in the ebook if you want an ebook on this formation, just because I don't want to take the time. So this one right here is the Ravens read option. Just want to show you real quick. It's just literally a simple read option style play. Nothing to it, but I love it because if they play the running back and you get to keep it with the quarterback, you actually can get the blocking is really nice on it. So we'll see if they'll give it to us one more time here. Nope, they're not. But either way, you could tell it's just a hard play to stop in general. So don't worry, this whole video is not about run plays. I just want to show you guys the run plays before I get into the passing concepts, because if you're using this formation, you need to make sure you're running the ball, okay? Make sure you're running it. Now, all we're going to do is just make a little read, and if you accidentally don't read it right, it's okay. Just keep it with your quarterback and then just get the extra yard. So let's see if I can give you one more good example of what this looks like. So here we go right here. Want to be able to flip it. And then of course, sometimes you can make a move, you know, whatever. Okay. So you get the idea. Run plays are really, really great. All right. So I want to show you this last one before we talk about the passing concept. So the cool thing about this is that of course you can flip it. Now, normally when it comes to this speed option, I love to run the speed option to the strong side of the field. So a lot of times I do flip my formation, and we're just going to read who they tell us to read. And be very, very careful with the power option, because just like that happened right there, that can happen in a game. So just please make sure you're careful with the power option. The power option is good. It just depends on what formation they're in. Because a lot of times, if you could tell, we were able to pitch it here, we would have been good. But some of the times it does work that way where you can't. So make sure you keep that in mind. All right. So those are the run plays that I like. I wanted to take the time just to show you that. So now we're going to kind of dive into the passing concepts, because now, if you want to know how I would personally use this formation, I would use this formation as far as audibling down into, or just coming out into randomly. I wouldn't actually use this formation as an every single down offensive formation, but you definitely can, okay? You definitely can, because they have so many great run plays in here. But I honestly only want to talk about 2 passing plays. So the first one's going to be PA boot, which is what we're going to come out in. And then the second one we're going to talk about is actually not fade smash. It's going to be this PA levels right here. So we're only gonna talk about 2 passing plays because they're my favorite in here. So PA boot is what we're gonna talk about first. And what we'll do is we'll actually add cover 4 drop into here, because they do have a cover 4 drop to show you guys. And we'll just come out in cover 3, and then we'll kind of take it from there. All right, so please listen, okay? So first, I know I said I came out in this play, but I actually want to start off with PA levels, because this is great versus any zone coverage in the game. This setup right here will work versus every single zone coverage. All right, so what we want to do, we want to take square. We want to put him on a streak. We want to take, excuse me, square on the drag. We're going to take circle, put him on a streak. We're going to take triangle. We're going to swing him to the same side as this wheel route, okay? To the same side. Now, last step we're going to do is just take this guy in motion across. So with this setup right here, we're going to beat every single coverage in the game, because we're going to have a 2-way read no matter what. So first and foremost, we want to go ahead and read down low. And when you read this down low, it's really great, because this is going to be your power back, whoever it is, maybe a speed back. When I run this formation, I like to put my best running back here. So this will be your best running back on a swing. Now I like to put my faster running back right here, or my faster tight end in the case. And what happens here is very, very simple but effective, okay? So this little streak right here is going to push back any of the hook zones, and this drag right here is going to move over any of the hook zones, vertical hooks, okay? And what happens here is this wheel route right here is going to push back the flat routes, and of course we're going to have an easy dump down, right? So you might be wondering, well, okay, this setup's super simple. And also this right here is going to hold the user in the middle of the field. So we're going to, make a 2-way read. So you might be saying, well, this is a super simple setup, but let me show you when it starts getting effective. So if they put a hard flat, or they're playing underneath coverage like that, what we can do is let's go and set it up again using the same setup. Here we go. And it's a really, really quick setup, which is why I like it. And I'm gonna show you some other setups where we're gonna use the same motion. So we're gonna keep our opponent on our toes. So if they call hard flats, all you want to do is read, and then you're going to be able to deliver a strike right there, and it's going to work like that every single time. So as long as you're patient, this is going to be a really, really great play for you to run, because you're going to read whoever the flat defender is. So just be patient. Notice how, if they're going to rush 3, we still have plenty of time in the pocket, and you'll be able to easily tell when it gets open, and we'll be able to hit it right here in this gap, okay? And then the user normally is going to be occupied with this drag route in the middle, so it just sets us up for a nice little play. Now, I love this play so much because it's universal. You can run this versus any zone coverage, and you're going to be able to have a great read. So we're going to go back to PA levels. Again, that's circle on the streak, square on the drag, triangle on the swing route. We're going to motion over our drag, and we're going to make the same reads versus cover 2. All we're going to do is look and see who's in the flats. Where's the user and who's in the flat. So right here I see triangle open, and I can throw it. So I don't even have to throw it early if I want to. I can throw it kind of late and kind of let him get set up, right? And it works the same way if I was to call cover 2 hard flat. So I'm not going to waste your time there, all right? So last coverage I want to show you is cover 4 drop, just to kind of keep everything consistent. Again, we're going to take circle, put them on the streak, square on the drag, triangle on the swing route, and we're going to motion over our drag. Very, very simple, very easy setup. And don't worry guys, I'm giving y'all more setups. I just want to show you guys just why it works so well, So even if you're late on the read, let's say worst case scenario you're late, you always can just, you'll have a short game. Now quickly, I just want to show you something, just for those of you guys that you can see. If you have time in the pocket and you wait, you actually can still throw this ball right here. Even though it's a purple, you can still throw this. It's just a little scarier of a read, and I'll show you that real quick. So let's say you were super late and you were just reading him and you wanted to throw as soon as he breaks down, you can still throw this ball right here, okay? So you don't have to, you know, they don't have to be in a hard flat for you to throw it. So this is the hardest coverage to actually to throw it on, because this quarter right here is going to do a better job of trying to play it than a third will, because the third's going to back farther up, if that makes sense. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and motion them across, and I'm gonna try to get through this video a little bit faster. I know you guys like it when I make short and sweet videos, so I'm trying to, you know, figure it out as well. So like I said, if you just want to, you can still throw that route no matter what. It's versus any single zone coverage. You're gonna be able to have a nice dot. All right, so I spent time on that play because I love that play versus zone, but there's other plays that we can run too when they run zone out of this particular play right here. So we actually can have one bomb setup that I want to show you. So what we're going to do is take circle, put him on a streak, and then we're going to actually take triangle right here. I like to just go ahead and block him. I don't like to play action on triangle. And then I'll take R1 and actually put him on an out to the left. Now it's not going to look like it because EA does this sometimes, but he's on an out, he's blocked. And I like to leave him on his route just to make the user have to chase. Now, you also can block your tight end if you want to. But long story short, all we're going to do is step up in the pocket, and we'll have square right there in that gap for a nice completion. I couldn't think for a second. So for another setup that I like to, it's the same thing. We're going to take circle, put him on a streak, but we're going to take triangle right here. We're going to block him, but we're going to take R1 and put him on a curl. So if you notice the user is the one that's chasing this route, then that's when I like to do this. Okay, so we're gonna block the running back, and then again, since we have him on that little curl, we have a nice little check down option. But if we're patient in the pocket and we don't get a poor pass like that, then you can see we actually can bomb cover 3 for a 1-play touchdown. So it's very, very nice to have that in your back pocket. Now, last thing I want to say with this, let's say you don't know if your opponent's blitz and maybe they're doing a cover 3 blitz, then what I would do is I would actually just block both my running back, and both of these running backs, I'll block them, and I would just take X and put him on a small little in route, and we're going to have the same effect. So this way you can have more protection, and then you step up in the pocket, and then of course you could tell we'll be able to split the safeties easily for a 1-play touchdown. So easily be able to beat cover 3 for a 1-play touchdown. Now we also can bomb cover 2 using the same style of concept. For cover 2, it's actually a lot simpler to bomb. All we're going to do is take X, put him on an out route. We're going to smart route his out route, and I like to actually take triangle and put him on a curl in the middle. Now if you want to block R1, you can, but since it's cover 2, I like, if for some reason the bomb isn't open, maybe they're playing a cover 2 where they're putting that linebacker in the third. So if they're doing something, you know, something like this, hold on. Okay, he's in the third, but it's not showing. But if they put him in the third or something, which I'm gonna put him back in the mid read, just showing you. But if they put him in the third, then we can have a read between circle and R1, if that makes sense. But let's say they're playing normal cover 2 and they don't have the middle cover, then we can just wait. You have to be patient and wait, but you can tell we'll be able to split it and have a potential 1-play touchdown. All right, so real quick, I want to hop and replay, just show you why I like this concept. And again, keep in mind, if you want to block this running back, you definitely can block him. You do not need him on this curl route. This route is only good because it'll pull the user down, because they won't see this route developing over the top. So that's why I like to do it. But what I was trying to explain to you earlier is that you have a 2-way read between here and here. It all depends on where they're putting their third at. I mean, not the third. It depends on where they're putting their flats at. So if they're playing, you know, zone drops, this guy will most likely be up in here somewhere. So we'll be able to throw this out the backfield plenty, you know, and this route works because this vertical hook has to basically follow this corner route. He has to sink to be able to cover it. And then also they're programmed this way too, because they know it's a post. So they have to be more patient up top, which means, long story short, we have here or we have there, okay? So also you can apply the same concept to man coverage as well. Normally not the 1 high safety, but if they have like a 2 high safety look man where they do something, you know, like this, and they're playing this style of man coverage, this play can actually be really great too. And speaking of man coverage, this is exactly why I like this play. It's very, very good against man coverage. So there's a couple things we can do against man. Now, if you're trying to bomb, I still like to put circle on a streak, and I still like to use the same setup. But a lot of times I'll leave X on this route right here because he's going to do a good job of running away. And what I like to do with R1 is actually put him on an option route. So when you put him on an option route, he's going to run an out route to the right side. And I like to block my running back, or I like to take him and put him on an option route as well. So have a double option route with these two. And you'll see why here in a second. So anyways, just kind of look at it and just notice Notice how we'll be able to have the middle if we want it. Now, if you want that middle to open up a lot more, I'll show you what we can do for that also as well. So if you want to try to split the safeties with this man coverage, then what we can do is something very, very simple. So we can do the same setup where we take circle, put them on a streak, X on an out route, we can smart route at the 10 yards, and then we can take triangle right here. We could put him on an option route. And I like to take R1 and just block him if I'm gonna do that. So now we can read his out route if we want to. We can read the running back. This streak sometimes can get open if they're not putting a deep half, and we have that post. Now our post is our money maker. That needs to be your best receiver running that post, because he's gonna be the person that's gonna get that separation right there, and then we could potentially have a one-play touchdown against that style of man coverage. So you have a whole lot of options running this play. It's why I really, really love this play. There's just a lot we can do out of this. So this is one of my favorite things to do, because we're just really banking on the fact of our best receiver being better than their best cornerback, basically. So that's one of my favorite man coverage setups. Now, one of my other favorite man coverage setups is very, very simple, but it's effective. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take circle, put him on a slant. We're gonna motion out our tight end, and we can either put him on a zig, or we could put him on a slant, whichever one you want. Or if you have some type of apprentice, it'll be good too. But if you don't, this is what I like to do. I like to put him on a slant, bring him back to the line, and now I'll take my running back and block him. And normally you will have more than enough time to do this setup right here. And this setup also does work against zone. It's just I prefer it versus man. And it's very, very simple. We're gonna read X to circle to square, if that makes sense. Now I didn't throw it for a reason, because I wanted you to see something, okay? So we're gonna go quickly to the replay, and then we're gonna take a look at this setup, right? So keep in mind with your matchups, normally they're gonna have a cornerback on your tight end. Now if they have like a safety or a linebacker on your tight end, this route is going to just absolutely cook every single time. Honestly, you can tell even with a cornerback, he's going to get a great step. So you have the slant as a first read. Now this route right here with the slant, I mean, it's just a simple slant, nothing to it. This is just who you want to have as like a good short route runner or a medium route runner, whoever's good at short to medium route runner. I love to put. Now whoever your best deep route runner is, so in this case it's D-hop, this is who you want to have as a post. Now notice this post route. Notice how this post actually doesn't pull up and stop. So you can actually throw this guy open, which I'll show you here right now. And it's something that you can do if you have a lot of time in the pocket, because sometimes people will play crazy man coverage. They may play, they may play something that, looks like this or something, where they put him in the purple. Now it's not showing up, but they'll put him in the purple, and then they'll keep him over the top, and then they'll user him. Anything where they just go crazy with their man coverage, okay? Now, just to show you something, I want to show you this post route that is going to get wide open. We're going to do the same, similar setup, not the same, but we're going to block our running back. And I just want to show you real quick that safety is not going to be able to follow square on it. So just kind of watch how he's going to run past him. I threw that bad, but you tell what I'm saying. You're going to be able to throw that ball on the sideline eventually, okay? You don't want to throw it as early as I did, but again, you only want to try to look for that if you have time in the pocket, right? So just kind of watch how he's going to just run straight past them, and you can throw this ball way over here if you give it time. So realistically, I should have threw this ball right about now. I should have threw it, but I already threw it early. So just kind of showing you what to do, okay? Let's see. I think there's something else I wanted to give you. There's a lot of things I like to do out of this. So one of the things I like to do too, I want to spend the rest of the time talking about zone coverage setups, because those are my favorite when it comes to man. Now another man coverage setup that I like that I didn't get to show you is we're going to take circle, put him on a zig, and then we're going to motion over X. We're going to put X on a zig, and then we're going to bring X back, right? We're going to bring him back. So we have a zig here, we have a zig here, and I like to take R1, put him on a streak. So this way, if we have a good matchup with our running back to linebacker, we'll be able to have him open. And lastly, I'll block my running back. So we have a zig, a streak, and we have a post right here. So we have great reads. So we're going to start off reading down low with our two zigs. We're just going to see who gets open on our zig. So right here, I see circle gets open. So I'm going to take my zig. So I love this setup because we're going to be able to just dominate underneath and just see what we have, right? So that's one setup I like. All right, so the other one is we're going to take square, put him on a streak. It's very simple, very effective. We're going to take X, we're going to put him on a curl, and then we're going to take triangle. I like to just swing him to the right side. Triangle swung to the right. So we're going to read between X and triangle, and then we're going to have this left side read. So we're just really reading X to circle if you want to simplify it. So we're going to see if X gets open. If not, it's okay. We're going to look at circle, and circle is going to get over the top of every single zone coverage unless they zone drop. So that's one of my favorite things to do. Now another favorite thing to do is take square, put them on a streak. We're going to take X. We're still going to put him on a curl. We're going to take circle. I like to smart route him to make it ran a little bit shorter. And then if you want to keep the play action on this setup, you can. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do a flood style concept. So we're going to motion them over, we're going to snap it, and then we're going to get a motion out little angle. So we're going to be able to step up. And then of course, this is going to be a longer developing play, but we'll be able to beat every single zone coverage in Madden with this particular setup. You just need time. Now, if you don't want to do this play action, don't do it. Don't worry about it. Because sometimes what can happen is this guy can just get an auto like blitz at you. So be very careful. Don't be afraid to cancel the play action. It's just with this setup in particular, I like to keep the play action, and because it's going to give this route enough time to clear down the field, because we'll be able to have this pretty much versus every single coverage that we want. Okay, so that's what I like to do versus that. Also, let's talk about the blitz real quick. So also keep in mind, you can run the ball versus the blitz. Don't forget that they have enough run plays to be able to work versus the blitz. But if you're worried about blitz, what you can do is you can actually block your running back. You can block your tight end if you want to. Now, I don't recommend blocking your tight end to only have 2 people on routes. I never recommend that. So what I like to do is if I feel like they're going to blitz me, I'm gonna motion them out. You can either put them on a slant or a zig, whichever one you like. Normally, if I know they're going to blitz, I'll put them on a slant and then I'll motion them back. And then what I'll do here is I'll actually leave circle. Well, I'll take circle, put them on a drag, or I'll put them on a slant, whichever one. Whichever one you want. And I normally like to run it like this versus the blitz, just because we're going to have a double slant concept. So you just sit in the pocket, we're going to look for whoever we have. And a lot of times that's going to be your read is that tight end, because they're not going to be able to cover that tight end for that far. So really, really love to do that versus the blitz. I think there's one more setup I wanted to give you that I'm forgetting about. Oh, okay. One more setup and I'm done. I promise you I'm done. So we're going to take X, put him on a streak. We're going to block our running back. We're going to take R1. I like to put him on a curl right here. And then we're going to take circle. And then we're going to put, we're going to take X, put him on a drag. We're going to take circle, put him on a drag. No, I can't think of my setup. There it goes. X on the streak, circle on a drag, block our running back. And finally, we're going to take square. We're going to smart route his route to make it ran a little bit shorter. And then we're going to motion square across. So this way, we're going to have a corner route concept. But our opponent might be thinking we're trying to read the left side of the field, but we're going to snap the ball right here, and then we're going to wait for him to break out, and then we're going to be able to throw him open like that versus every single zone coverage. Now, when you call this particular setup, you want to make sure that you are not on the hash. It would be helpful if you're either in the middle of the field or you're on this hash mark, just to give yourself more room. But if you want to disguise it, then what you can do is you can still be on this hash, as you can tell. So your read progressions are going to be simple. You're either going to read this drag, or you're going to read this running back curl route right here, or you're going to take your time and actually wait for this to develop and hit that right there. So the hardest coverage to throw this against is cover 2. So I want to kind of show you that, but I want to show you worst case, not worst case, but I want to show you if you had the ball in the middle. So now again, you'd want to run this with the ball on the other hash, but I'm just showing you, what it looks like in the middle. So we're going to take X, like I said, put him on a streak. We're going to take R1. We're going to put him on a curl, circle on a drag, block triangle, and then we want to smart route squares route. Now it's not, you don't have to smart route squares route. It's just up to you. Now when you motion, you want to snap it as close to the tight end as you can. So as soon as he passes him, you want to snap it, and then you want to drift this way, wait for that cornerback to drop, and then notice how we're going to have square right there if we, didn't get pressured. But anyways, this is just why I like this play. There's just a lot we can do out of this one play. Notice that we could take this drag. This will always be open unless they're playing like a zone drop style or they're playing hard flats, and this works because this corner route, the cornerback has to sync with that, and what that means is we'll have this drag wide open, and normally the user will stop right here and guard this, and that's when we'll actually dump this down, or we'll wait to him to clear and we'll try to throw him open up in here somewhere, or up in here. We'll make that kind of sideline throw. But anyways, this video's been way longer than I wanted, so I truly appreciate you guys chilling here with me watching this, and I hope you guys find value out of this. I really like this offense. It's really fun to run. Last thing I needed to mention, please make sure when you're running the ball, if you're doing these quarterback plays, please have it on conservative. I'm telling you, you will fumble with the quarterback if you don't have it on conservative. So any of the read options, the power options, keep it on conservative, the triple options, all that. But you really want to run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. You don't want to be pass heavy with this offense. You want to mix in these setups with the runs, and you have yourself a fire scheme, man. So since you guys are here, I want to show you how all my audibles would be, because if you're this far in the video and you're still watching, you're pretty invested into this offensive formation. So I just kind of want to show you exactly what my audibles would be. So what I would do is, I like stretch alert dragon personally. It works versus certain defenses. You'll have to figure out what defense it works best against that your opponent's running. So I like to keep that in my audibles. I love to actually keep PA boot. Now you can put them wherever you want, but these are just the audibles I like. I like having stretch alert. I like having PA boot. I like having PA levels, and I like to have triple options. So this is actually exactly how I do it. Now the only difference I may do is, instead of having PA boot here, I'll actually have halfback dive right here, because this dive is really great when you start using all these outside runs. Your opponent starts trying to put people outside, and that's when this dive comes in clutch. So I love having that dive right there. So personally, this is how I would do it right here. Have 3 great run plays right here. Have a mixture of a different passing play with this PA levels, and then every time I call, I'm gonna come out in PA boot, if that makes sense. So maybe let's say there was in some type of over formation, right? Just because. Now, if I want to run the ball, like I said, I can audible to either one of these. So a lot of times, if you feel like the outside looks good, so let's say for whatever reason they're sliding their line, doing something crazy like that, then let's just, it looks good on the outside, so let's try it. So a lot of times I like to ID the user, of course, and then we'll see if we can get outside, see if we can make something shake, whatever, but anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I promise y'all I'm done. I appreciate y'all staying here for as long as y'all did. Anyway, let me know how you like this. Let me know, just talk to me in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. So anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I do hope you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.